Frank?
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right. Scotty, get us started, please.
Jaylin, one of the first things people tend to talk about when it comes to Arkansas is offense and how explosive y'all can be. But if you look at some of the defensive numbers nationally, y'all are 10th in the country in defensive efficiency. Why do you think you guys have been so connected and played such good defense lately, or I guess all year?
I really think that we start closer to the end of the year or middle SEC when we started getting on that win streak. I really think that we started take pride in our defense and getting stops and holding teams to a certain amount of points and turning our defense into offense. So I think that's really just one of the things we focus on, being able to know what type of personnel the team has, if we have to overstunt on a player or have extra help if a player can't shoot out the corner, or just knowing our personnel. I feel like it helped out on the defensive side.
And can you kind of maybe detail the personal journey for you this year? Early on in the season, your role was maybe a little bit limited, could have affected you mentally, but starting in February, your role really expanded to where it is now. Could you just kind of detail that?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I wasn't getting the minutes that I wanted, but the team was winning, and as long as we were winning, I was happy with it. My work stayed consistent. I was getting in the gym every day, working out. Practice would come. I would go hard just like everybody else. I would make sure I'm the loudest person in practice, making sure we're still playing hard, don't get satisfied with the wins. I have to practice, stay and work out, and my work stayed consistent. And when I got my opportunity to get on the court, I was able to show it.
Curtis?
Hey, Jaylin, what was your reaction when you learned you were going to get the start the other night? And, how close did you feel to 100%, not necessarily health-wise, but just from a, being sharp and dialed in on the floor standpoint?
I really didn't have a reaction. Of course, I was happy to be in the starting five, but whether if I'm able to contribute off the bench or in the starting five, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. And really on the court, I felt like I was back. I was able to get rebounds, get down there, take some charges like everybody said, no, I'm going to do. I was passing the ball really well the other night. And really, I felt back where I was back comfortable being on the court.
Jacob?
Jaylin, if you guys got to the Sweet 16, I don't know if anyone expected you to be playing a 15 seed. How do you go about not looking Oral Roberts and just treating them as another one of the teams that's in the Sweet 16 and not pay attention to the seeding?
We know from the beginning of the year that they were in a close game with us. They had us down 10 at one point, and I think with 8 minutes left, it was a tie ball game. We know not to overlook them with that. And also in the NCAA tournament, they beat a 2 seed, and then they beat Florida. So we know that we can't overlook them. They're just as good as any other team in this tournament. We just got to come out and play.
Bob Hope?
Hey, Jaylin. Eric said that he knew it'd be second guessed if Arkansas didn't win by starting you. You obviously made that look like a great move. What do you think about how you three freshmen play? I know you guys have had some good games together, but to three freshmen to do so well and start in this game with the Sweet 16 on the line, what do you think about how you guys all played and contributed?
I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for Moses and Devo too. All three of us, we just want to get out there and do whatever we can to make sure this team gets the win. And Moses, whether that's scoring or maybe just locking up on defense, he can contribute on the boards. Devo, y'all see he locked up the Texas Tech. Y'all know he's going to go out there and play defense. He was scoring well in the first half. He's bringing that energy. So I think no matter, all three of us know that we're going to bring and try to do whatever we can to make sure we get the win.
And going back to the weight vest brick practice you guys had after losing at LSU, I know Eric said before that it was going to be a tough practice and it might cost you guys against Alabama, but he felt it was what the team needed. As a young guy, do you remember thinking, what's he doing? Or what was your reaction at the time? And then the way things have turned out obviously was a great move by him.
Yeah, I walked in there and saw the weight vest, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I didn't know what was going to happen. But looking back at it, I'm pretty sure going into the games after that, all of us were looking like, "Yeah, we can't let that happen anymore." So we had a different mindset, and we were ready to play. We weren't going to let that happen again.
Okay, I got a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks, Jaylin.
Jaylin, Oral Roberts was one of the teams you didn't even play against earlier in the season. But what do you remember about that game, and maybe what have you seen now that you've started kind of preparing for them this week?
I remember their two main guys. They have the guard 3. They have Urbana 0. They're two main guys, and also been the two main scorers for their teams in the NCAA tournament. And then they have the other players on their team are really good also. They can score the ball, they can rebound, they can play hard, they play defense. So we just got to be locked in and be ready to play this game.
And then a little bit of an off the ball, kind of random question, but what did you think the other day when Chrissy Teigen was tweeting about you and your resemblance to John Legend?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, wow, okay. I just kind of just sat there and laughed at it. And people say it all the time. It's kind of just one of those things that I'm just used to hearing about now.
Cameron,
Hello, good morning. My name is Cameron Cox from 12 News in Phoenix. Doing a story on Coach. One, what's it like to play for him? And then two, I noticed all year that he was wearing different shirts, different teams during practice. Do you know the story behind that?
I don't know the story on why he was wearing different teams or different shirts and all that, but playing for Coach is great. Like he's energy by himself. Like the team might be down, he'll walk in the locker room before the game. He was like, "What's the move? Like why everybody look down? Let's get this energy going." Like in practice, he'll start yelling, getting hype. In the game, y'all see him after the game. He got on the table where it's Texas Tech at the end. Like Coach is just a big energy ball, and I'm pretty sure we all like get the energy from him and just play off of it.
I guess when you see him have that much energy, you can't come to practice or anything without bringing your own energy, right?
Yeah, you got to step in there and you got to match it or do better at least.
Thank you.
Kyle,
Jaylin, I'm sure you've seen that picture of you hugging Devo after the game. And I think that smile when you sat down kind of said it all. But I mean, we didn't get to talk to you on Sunday. Can you just describe the emotions of like that very moment of hugging Devo so tightly and, you know, what this ride is like right now?
With Devo, from the beginning of the season, we both weren't seeing the court as much as we wanted to. When we both sat on the side and we were just telling each other, stick through it. We know the work's going to pay off. We know we're going to be able to show that what we can do, stick through it. And I feel like both of us being on the court and having success on the court is just both of us feeling happy for each other. And the emotions that's running through us, just happy that we're on the team that's winning. It's just a great feeling.
Blake Edens called that game one of the most important non-scoring performances in Razorback history. Like when you think about a line of 10 rebounds, 1 point, do you smile? Like what do you think there?
I think about the win. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about how I had to get all those rebounds to make sure to keep them off the glass so we can win the game so they wouldn't get the second chance opportunity. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the charges that I took that were stops on them. So it's things like that the team needed at the moment that I'm happy with.
Randy,
Jay Will, it seems like as the game goes on, the better the defense you and the team seems to play. Is there a magic button that Coach Muss touches on you guys? Because again, it just seems like you get in this lockdown mode. What is the difference? What inspires y'all, or what motivates you to continue to increase your defense as the game goes on?
I feel like coming into the game, we're prepared. We know we go through the plays, we got all that. We know the personnel, and the first couple minutes is like us filling them out, like trying to get to see who's going to play aggressive, who doesn't want to shoot that outside shot, how they're going to try to play our coverages, things like that. And once we start developing like feelings to how we know they're going to play, I feel like we start like, okay, let's lock in, let's get this stop right here. Then we get that stop. Okay, let's get another one, let's go. Like it's just things like that where we lock in and we realize what they're doing, and I feel like that's how we put together stops.
Do you think tempo is going to be one of the main keys in this game? I got to believe that Oral Roberts wants to run. You like to run. What do you think about the tempo in this game?
Tempo is a really big thing to us. We've been talking about it. I think every game when the players just huddle together, we always talk about it to each other. Let's turn defense into offense, and we can turn that tempo up. And when we do that, it's great for us.
Jordan,
Hey, Jaylin, I know the fan and family experience is so different this year, but we actually get a chance to catch up with your mom today. And I know she went to Indy, she's coming back, she's going back. What's it like to just get to do this in front of your family in your first year and have them supporting you from so far?
It's a great feeling growing up as a kid with my dad, maybe just shooting in the backyard, and me and him staying after a home game in high school, shooting at 1 a.m. in the morning, talking about those late nights going to work out for me to be able to play in the NCAA tournament. Growing up, every basketball player looked forward to playing in the NCAA tournament, and to be in this NCAA tournament and my mom and dad being able to be there and watch me play, it's just great.
Bob, follow up, please.
Jaylin, how's KK doing? I guess he's there with you guys, right? How's he been handling, being on the ride but not being able to play? And then as freshmen, as a group, did you guys talk before the season about, kind of laying out, hey, we're going to help Arkansas have a special season, or was there any conversations like that?
KK's been great. I know it's probably bothering him inside that he can't be out on the court, but KK is probably one of the happiest person for the team to see us succeed. Like, you'll see him, even though he has that boot on, you'll see him over there jumping for joy, over there happy that we're winning the game. When Devo goes full court and dunks the ball, you'll see Devo or KK over there flexing or something like that. But on the note with us talking about success, like when we were coming here, all of us talked in the group chat, we're like, yeah, let's change it. Let's change how Arkansas has been playing. We want to make a difference. We wanted to make the run. We talked about at the beginning of the season how we want to be the best team in the SEC. We wanted to be a high seed going into the NCAA tournament. So it was one of the things that we had on our minds from the beginning.
Yeah, I people are always telling me I look like John Legend too, so I can relate to what you're going through.
All right, guys, appreciate your time. Thanks, Jaylin.
Thank you.